What's going on? Deathcore, what's up? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for chatting. Let's see. So today we're going to go over footage from Monday's open mat. And yeah, Deathcore, since you're new, what's up, Austin? Thanks for the subscription, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the subscription, Deathcore. And let's see, we'll get all this out of the way. We got Poppy, thanks for the sub. Steven, Joe, Ronnie, Brandon. You guys are awesome. I really, really appreciate it. This is on the board of directors. Yeah, yeah. Your shares are, they're not voting shares, though, so you have no say in anything. It's largely ceremonial. And maybe you won't see ads. I don't know. And I think, I don't know, man. I kind of decided, like, we should probably leave the ads off. Like, because we can't control the pre-roll stuff that they see. Okay. I think they're just going to, like, log in and, like, see an ad roll.
Yeah.
But I want you guys to know that we're choosing not to roll ads in the middle of the stream because we love you. But say one crossword and I'm turning them on.
I have no idea how this shit works.
Yeah.
I'm along for the ride.
All right, cool. Well, yeah, as always, if you guys have any questions, if you see something you want us to go over, shout it out in the chat and we will get to it. Oh, and if any of you see something happen that Mike and I miss, feel free to tell us now instead of at class. When you're like, oh, why didn't you call out my awesome sub? Because there's like 10 of you rolling at once and we can't catch everything. So, all that being said, let's get started. Oh, what the hell are you doing here?
Oh, man. Look at that.
Everybody behave. Coach is here.
First time chat.
What's up, Poppy? Thanks for the sub, man. Yeah, please do. 5 years off the mat, just getting back into it. That's awesome. I'm glad you found our stream. What took you off the mat? Just injury, time, life. So here we're dealing with, or you're dealing with Kurt's miserable front headlock pressure. Yeah. You're definitely not the only one in that boat. Where do you train out of? And you don't have to, like, get specific. Just what part of the country? So you got Matt and Danny as well. And then, Austin.
Aiden,
yeah.
Yep. And then I think down low we have...
Is it Duncan and Camden?
Duncan? Yeah, I think so.
Let's go back real quick. What's up with you and Kurt here?
So he tries to take in my back. He gets the top hook in. I secure an arm bar. I've got like a wonky half guard, like a reverse half guard going on. And I'm using the Kimura to keep him at bay so that I can get my hips out.
I really want to see if Matt finishes this. Oh, I guess he doesn't. He was going for a Katagatame on Danny over here. So started from more of a back exposure, and Matt opts to go into the arm triangle.
Yeah.
It looks like he's really heavy, like his shoulder line is really heavy over Danny's rather than like his chest being flatter to the mat.
Yep.
But I'm sure it felt awful in there.
He really prefers going for arm bars, so I wouldn't be surprised if you see him step over for the arm.
Yeah, Austin's doing a killer job working on some open guard here.
And he did. He stepped over with that left leg. It kind of goes back to what you were talking about last week in the stream. Or actually, it was Sunday on the stream. How tight he was to the head when he stepped over the arm. That was something else to kind of call out there.
Something that it just happened here?
Yeah, right here. So watch, he hikes his right leg up to go for this quarter juji, and then his left leg is actually the lead. So he doesn't leave a whole lot of space. You could hardly even see what's going on the left side.
Yeah.
But do you see how like tight he stays the entire time, pinching the knees together and getting a quick, very tight armbar.
Yeah. Really solid.
So Kurt's in a 50-50 heel hook that he does not tap to inside heel hooks, which
Because I was
I'm
a
trying to
catcher in
figure out.
college.
Yeah, right. And he's got me in a pretty nice. He just tried to hook up an outside heel hook on me, and
Let's go back a little bit.
it's not like he doesn't have control over the leg that he's attacking. Like, so see how he has
Right.
my right leg, and so yeah, he was telling me, he was saying, you know, it was really tight, and it was like it felt tight, but I had all the room to move my hips up, so I didn't really feel like I was in any real breaking danger. And then you'll see him switch over to an outside heel hook on the uncontrolled leg here. So the one that he's attacking right now, he grabs high on the leg, which I like to see in order to start exposing the heel. He goes in for the heel hook.
And does he switch his legs over? Oh,
Nope.
oh okay. So he switches attacking to the leg he's already kind of got tangled up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And then he kind of comes up, and we reset, and now I'm working back from a half guard, essentially.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not familiar with any of the scene out in Fayetteville, but if you're ever, I mean, we're a few hours away. Come check us out at in Mooresville, North Carolina. I'm familiar with Steve Hall and Fight to Win. I've never trained there before, but definitely a well-known name in this part of the country in the jiu-jitsu scene.
So this is a fun one with Kurt here. So I've got the Kimura. I'm fishing over, and I'm trying to get head control with that leg. And at this point, I'm trying to decide on what to do. So I have to switch my arms, and I'm taking my left hand out, and I'm fishing for the legs to try and basically take him over my head. So I secure the foot, and I should be, I pull him over, and I'm able to plop him down.
Yeah.
Right overhead. Boom.
Solid.
That's straight out of Gordon's close guard series. So his grip is like really tough. Normally, by me reaching through, like across to the other arm, I can get it, but that I wasn't budging his arms.
This was your rodeo, the rodeo grip break.
Yep. So I'm playing around with this grip because why not?
Yeah. As soon as you dug the elbow in, that's such a weird. Let's see. What I don't like, this is a highly effective grip break. I just feel like you have to contort yourself so much. Like getting your left elbow inside his elbow there is such a pain. Like you saw how far you had to lean.
I felt like if he tried to hitchhiker out, it would have been gone. You know, like as soon as he tried to hitchhiker, it was going to be a scramble for me.
Yeah. I'm going to go back just because I saw it. But let's see. Aiden and Austin here have a nice exchange. So Austin is looking for an elbow escape, but the problem here is his knee is well below Aiden's shin, right? Which makes pushing that leg out, next to impossible. You've got to get your knee underneath the shin, and now Aiden switches up into a modified mount. Takes it back pretty nicely, locks on a body triangle, and sank in the choke immediately. I think that would make Coach Luke pretty proud.
Yeah.
I mean, like, no real signs of a hand fight. So yeah, way to sink that in right off the get-go.
Yeah, that was sick.
Let's see. Aiden on the board. Let's move forward. Now we got Camden and Duncan in a nice little leg lock exchange there for a second.
Matt's got the back. Danny.
And like, notice here with Matt, solid back take, and you know what's he doing that any like 3-month white belt who thinks they know what they're talking about is gonna call out. He's crossing his ankles from the back, right?
Right.
But let's see, as he falls over, I think you can see it. It's not that much better. His ankles are like the cross of his ankles are closer to Danny's like belly button, right? They're not down in between Danny's legs. They're
high.
Yeah, exactly. If his legs were crossed down between Danny's thighs, that's where Danny can hit that cheeky little straight ankle lock with his legs.
Right.
But having the legs crossed north of the belly, while it's not north of like the hip bone or whatever, like right over the stomach, it's not the most controlling leg configuration, but it's also not you're not in a significant amount of danger there. Dude, everybody in this chat, the 2 people on camera right now, that's one lesson we only learned the hard way, like any of us. But it's a good lesson to learn. You could go back, I don't know, what was it, like 2 weeks ago, to the stream we did with some of our old competition footage, and I think the last match that we did, damn, Matt with the quickness on that armbar. The last match was I tried to hit that same straight ankle lock, and the only reason I didn't get the tap is because time ran out. But yeah, it's a good little move to have in your back pocket. That was a really nice armbar.
Yeah. Dan Hurd talks about this in his Escapes series, the New Wave Escape series. How to get out of side control, threatening with an armbar.
And it's you know, not like I'm happy to see Danny get armbarred, but Matt used a technique here, or a little flavor of a technique, this frame across the face, to kind of push Danny's head closer into his legs, and then shifted right to that. It wasn't a lat armbar, but pretty damn close. But I've seen Danny do, you know, just that little forearm push and throw up a reverse triangle or whatever from side control
Totally.
so many times. Very effective. What are Austin and Aiden doing?
I don't know.
How did this happen? Oh, okay. I couldn't even. It was like a cartoon jumble of like limbs. Hell yeah, Danny.
Oh, nice.
It looks like
just he's an innovator.
Yeah, man. It looks like he's kind of trying to employ the north-south escape that Luke was going over, rolling up over the back. Except he's doing it from side control, but it didn't work. And Aiden's looking for the arm triangle, but with a rear naked choke grip. I don't know if you caught that.
Okay, so it's full lock, like yeah.
So there he goes, gable grip, and then switches up. Because Austin's neck is so skinny that there's so much room to do that. What can I say? Danny, playing to the camera. Deathcore, when
I
are you
mean-
gonna get back on the mats? Everybody's wise to your fancy moves now, Austin.
Yeah.
Is that Cole and Danny? Or oh no, it's Cole and Duncan. Okay.
Yep. We're Danny and Caleb are in the back left.
Yeah.
We got Matt and Matt.
Yep. Yeah, we're flowing. Like we're not really even doing much of anything. Just trying to move. My back was killing me on Monday, so I was like, I'm not gonna be effective at all, especially against Matt. What did Aiden do? Looks like Aiden got a little.
He's in.
I'm gonna assume an Americana there, like that case of Gatame. Yeah, straight armor Americana.
Armor of Swords.
Aiden, you've been pumping your numbers up, man. Probably just from fighting other white belts, but it's good.
I'm struggling here with grips on Veronica,
As is tradition.
as is tradition.
Do you know the name of the chat that Courtney goes to?
I don't know. Luke would know though.
Yeah, Luke, you in here?
But she's based out of Fayetteville as well, right?
Yeah. Let's see. Just missed a few things. So what did it? Okay. Aiden, nice little back take.
Mm-hmm.
It's great seeing all the flair in the chat next to your names. Again, thanks for the support, guys. It's really cool seeing
Yeah,
this
thank you.
start to kick off. And if you have any ideas for some emotes, let me know. We'll get the dislocated thumbs up there soon, as well as some of the ugly strangle faces that you guys make. Maybe a broken bone or something. So Aiden is, let's see, trying to untangle the hand fight here. So he doesn't have a control arm right now. If you notice, he's got he has no underhook.
Two strangle arms. Right.
X-rays. That's kind of what I was thinking for a broken bone. I was conceptualizing some stuff earlier. I got to see if I could find a decent graphic I can totally not steal.
I think Aiden got that triangle.
Is it a reverse triangle?
No,
Oh,
I
no.
think it was straight up. Yeah.
Okay. Looked like Camden was tapping a little early on that one just to be safe.
Yeah.
Caleb could, or I'm sorry, I'm not going to hear the end of that. Aiden could do a little bit more to cut his angle there.
Yeah, there's class tomorrow.
So digging over. Yeah.
Yeah, there's class. Caleb. Right? I'm not.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't be. It's Thursday, isn't it?
St. Patrick's Day.
Nobody cares, unfortunately.
Bro, you're Irish.
I know. That's why I said unfortunately. Nobody cares. Nobody gives it respect.
Every day is St. Patrick's Day.
Nah, I'm American. That's why nobody cares. Good job on Camden following that I don't know. We'll call it a cartwheel pass. But I mean, look at him keeping his knee in, doing his best to follow around. That's excellent. Really, really good progress. Framing with the forearm, meeting knee to elbow. Aiden's doing what he can to open it up. Switching your hips might be a bit more effective there than just kind of yanking up on the elbow. You're crushing Ronnie's face right now. Look at that. Look at that.
Yep. And she still didn't tap.
Typical.
Typical.
I don't know, Danny. Is it class Friday? Cole's doing a good job here trying to isolate the arm. Maybe not a good job. He's doing a job trying to isolate the arm. But he's staying pretty well balanced. Did Aiden get another tap that I didn't give him credit for?
I got one too.
Whatever, dude.
I finally decided to continue to crank against her face because she wasn't tapping to the first one.
I'll just give him one.
Or stubborn.
Deathcore, what belt are you? Or level, I guess, if you do no-gi and don't have a belt.
Which is how long have you been training?
Look at Aiden playing with the reverse triangle there.
Yeah.
That was interesting. So,
oh, he steps over. Nice.
yeah, he works it from Kesa.
Yeah. He's pinning the arm down in Kesa.
Gets his own arm caught in there for a second. Not terrible.
Most people who get the blue belt or get your blue belt feel like you don't deserve it.
See, I still feel that way at brown belt.
For sure.
Man, I really love seeing you guys just working all variations of triangles. That's really awesome. Front triangle's great, but anytime you can strangle somebody with the legs, it was a great takedown by Matt.
It was.
Let's see how he set it up. Okay, not too much of a setup. More based off the hand fight.
And his head was on the inside when he came around, so he just goes straight up
blast
the middle,
double.
almost like a blast.
Yeah.
And then
Cuts
the angle. It's like right as Caleb slaps me in the face. You see that? It was nice.
And then Kurt here with the front headlock, right? Notice how he throws his shoulder up real high and gets his shoulder over the back of Austin's neck. Austin opted to go down with it.
Kurt folds you in half. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. He genuinely, I mean, I've said it before, like, of all the people we roll with, I think his front headlock, like when I'm forced to turtle up and he's got a front headlock on me, I, for whatever reason, his is like one of the most miserable in the whole school.
He puts a ton of pressure on your shoulders.
Yeah.
Like to drive you down.
What happened with Matt Nicole? Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
Guillotine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he just followed him up, stayed on it. Does he? Yeah, okay. I was gonna say if he got it from side, that'd be odd. Thanks for the money. Watching those ads. Suck it.
You can subscribe.
Yeah, dude, just subscribe.
Just get an Amazon Prime account.
What's going on? Is the chat frozen? There we go. Just trying to work the. So yeah, the the way you were set up for that triangle, like if Camden had rolled away from you and exposed his back more, or if you had rolled him up into like a dorsal Kimura position, switching to the reverse, or I guess like a reverse top lock or whatever, kind of that midway between the dorsal Kimura and then a back take, you can start to set up an Ushiro Senkaku or rear triangle there much more easily. But since he stayed flat on his back, that denied you the opportunity to do that. Speaking of triangles, Matt with a front triangle on Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at that setup. So sitting from kind of a single butterfly, closed guard, just tucks the arm through and throws his legs up.
Yep.
Super classic setup. Solid.
You just sent an armbar home on Duncan, was it? Or is that Danny?
Danny, I think it was Danny. Yeah. Let's see what happened there.
So it looks like you were threatening a triangle. Okay, so you got an armbar.
Somehow, all right. So I'm working knee on belly. We got the far side arm, just scooting around, get to the dorsal position, but he doesn't want me to Kimura him.
Looks like you got your legs around his head, or no?
I got one leg over his face, and then I'm trying to sneak there. I sneak into the 3/4.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I always know his legs are gonna bug me, right? So I have to take the time to make sure that that's safe. And then here I actually switched to the triangle, like the Americana, basically. So not the triangle. My legs obviously aren't triangled. I'm still in the 3/4 Juji, but I'm switching. Danny bent his arm, so I switch into the Americana where I'm throwing my hips into the side of his elbow. That puts him back down, and then I just controlled the arm from there. And notice the way I finished. It was super weird. It was like it was almost like I was pulling down on the arm of a slot machine. Like,
yeah, you were side saddle on him.
Yeah, his grip's broken, and I'm just like that way. It's not even against my chest, but I could tell, just by which way his thumb's pointing, I had to bend that way.
Yep.
So right at the beginning of this roll, it's called ripping it. It's called getting the tap. Right at the beginning of the roll, Danny very kindly asks me if, because he knew I was hurt, he's like, what did he say? He's like, do I have permission for takeoff? Because he's been hitting these flying arm bars all the time.
That was a nice roll through by Matt on Cole.
Let's see. So yeah, it looks like he's doing the that outside leg. Oh no, okay.
He just stomps that left foot and drives, and uses that to drive over.
Yeah, and notice where he stomps relative to his hip.
Yep.
Right? Like, so many bridges happen with the foot, like, out here, right? Away.
Yeah,
like, kind of, yeah, like, outside the hips. He wants to go this way, but he's using his left leg to do that, so he has to bring that foot very close into, like, the center line, like, coming out, the line that his spine would make. So, yeah, he steps in and then tries to bridge off that. It's an interesting little adaptation.
Yeah.
Kurt's taking home Austin's arm right now.
Dude, it was packed on Monday.
It was probably best you weren't there, dude. No one asked about you. No one missed you. And everyone's ankles are feeling good.
Intact.
Thanks for the sub, by the way. That'll be the other thing. If you guys sub, I won't smack talk you on the stream.
I doubt that's true.
Yeah, I'll forget. Kurt with the Kimura. Shut up, Aiden. Kurt getting inverted.
Yep.
Trying for some fanciness. Got to get that top leg of his in, his left leg. So that's the one I'd like to see him. It looks like he's trying to dig it in between the legs, getting a little space.
I don't know where his right leg is. Is it under or over?
So he's
Aiden's leg or Austin's leg. Sorry.
He's got, so this is his right foot. This is his left foot. So he's got that like crisscross ashi on the far hip. Are you purposefully spelling his name wrong because he spells your name wrong?
Now they're both in 50-50.
I want to go back and see how you got the turtle with Caleb.
Yeah, it was fun.
Because he's been shutting that down on me with like one weird trick. Kurt with the straight ankle. Awesome. Let's go back to this just a little bit. So okay. So you did the work. Like you got to your hip and he stayed focused up top, right?
Right. And I just kept turning. Yep.
That's why. So like when you'll see it, I think I roll with him later. Mm-hmm. And I'll point out what he was doing that was like really annoying because it was working so well repeatedly. So I have to figure out something else now. Let's fast forward.
Getting back to top is a feat with Caleb.
Yeah, that's why I've like now that I'm a bit more comfortable with my shoulder, I opt to stand despite the height difference and the size difference. It's so much easier for me to I shouldn't say easier. I can guarantee myself a top position, or not even that. I have a higher probability of getting a top position from standing than I do working seated and trying to look for a sweep against someone, bigger than me. So that's a strategic choice on my part. Yet, don't spoil it, Caleb. Justin, what Justin do?
Subscribe with Prime.
Oh, sweet. Do you see that in the chat?
I just saw it.
Oh, okay, yeah, because you're looking at it on Twitch. I got you.
Yep.
I need to figure out how to make those show up on see if I can make them show up on the stream here. Let me go back
hard
to
for that double.
Yes, I did, and it felt great. Before the end of that, what happened? Anything? So you had the front headlock on Caleb.
Yeah, I couldn't finish it.
Hell yeah, dog. Stacking paper. So yeah. Also just kept slapping the shit out of my head, and I'm like, all right, let me club you. And then, like, remember, my back was hurting so much.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to commit to this. Whatever, man.
So I was really happy with this. This was really fun. So Matt goes inverts, and I'm like, oh shit, I can pin his ankles. So I'm literally staying on his ankles, and I finally get to pass his guard. This is the first time after the month or month and a half training with this guy that I finally get to pass his guard.
Let's watch from the get-go.
It did not last, but for maybe 3 seconds. But so he goes to invert to try and snatch my arm. Like, he had a grip on my arm, and I pinned his right ankle down. Like, so I've got a grip on his ankle, and then I switch to my left hand on his left foot, pin it down, and then I bury my head into his hip. And what you can't see is I take my left hand and I get a tight waist. So I relinquish the grip, I sneak in for a tight waist, and then I'm driving down into a north-south position. Now the flaw that I have here is that he's able to make a grip on my hamstring and come up into a turtle.
Yep.
And then he's back to guard. Yeah.
That was nice, though.
I was happy and then sad. So.
Oh, you didn't?
Just got dumped.
Yeah, you didn't know that John is like a really good wrestler? He's only been coming for months. That's your fault for not striking up conversation. You're a bad student. You got to be friends with everybody and know their history. It hurt. Oh, don't worry. If you're mad at me for not telling you that, you'll see me get destroyed by John later.
Hang on, replay that. I want to see him get dumped. Please.
Before this?
Yeah.
From here?
I don't know. When did it start? Here. Boom.
Wait a minute. Let me hold on. I'm in the way.
Do that again.
I'm in the way. Let's look again. Bam. All right, one more time. I'm gonna catch this frame. We might have an emote here. Look at John's like, yep, this is happening.
Yeah. Oh man. There's part of your soul leaving your body.
Also, when you were passing Matt's guard, you could see it on his face. What happened with Kurt and Camden? Oh, cool. Camden's working a knee bar. Let's go back. Oh, I think they're just going through it.
Yeah, I think so.
So he's setting up like a kind of a variation of reverse ashi, although he's got more of a knee pinch than like a senkaku.
Mm-hmm.
Keep an eye on Luke and Caleb up there. Make sure I don't miss any more of Luke's submissions. Matt got mount.
Yeah. He gets mount a few times. I think Luke finished a strangle.
Second I looked away. Probably just crushed Aiden's, or god damn it, Caleb's teeth in.
Here's an example of a Kipping escape gone wrong.
Oh, from you?
Just what? Yeah. I finally get out, and then he just grabs my head and throws himself back into a mount. It was pretty anticlimactic.
Whatever, man. It's gonna happen a lot more. this pass with Austin, if there's anything noteworthy there. Nah, not really. Just kind of shoving the leg by. What happened with Luke and Caleb? Luke just reaps into an outside heel hook.
Mm-hmm.
Nice and simple. Just like Luke. Yeah, man, those roles with Luke are character building. All right, so all highlights on Austin right now, because it was not my intention to let him triangle me. Like, he almost got the tap on me here, and like, I've been trying to work my triangle escapes, and he's obviously one of the best guys to do it with. Problem is, there's really no trap triangle with Austin. Like, he just immediately has a triangle, so I have to go to, like, you know, my last ditch, you know, move here. So, you know, I can tell pretty much right off the bat there's no trap triangle to fight against here. But so I sit to my butt to get my legs over, and he does a great job this whole time of, like, getting me off balance, making it very difficult for me to get a leg over. It seemed like forever that I was in there, and it was extremely close. So I stand back up to get some space for my legs.
Where's your left arm here? Like, are you on the outside, or are you towards the inside?
It's in his stomach. Like, it is not.
Okay.
I'm obviously not hooking the hip. Yeah, I'm keeping it kind of thumb down across his stomach, if I recall correctly.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, I've got to get my left leg over first, right? If I get my right leg over first, I'm basically just giving him the chance to armbar me, right? He can easily transition into an armbar. So whatever arm is in that triangle, that corresponds to the leg that you want to get over the chest first. So I'm totally focused on getting my left leg over. And I mean, it's been hours that I've been caught in this stupid triangle.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Yeah.
I could tell he started trying to work that arms finish at least. I think that was his intention, but I could feel him going to that. It got really tight. I start to get my legs in place, and I eventually, the way I got out of that, it's kind of hard to see here. I slip. I make enough space with the pressure of my feet to slip my left elbow out to get safe here. Like, right here, my left elbow is out. You can't see it right there. So I've got it out, so he knows I'm safe. But it was, yeah, I know. It was like you were really, really close. Like, that was excellent. What did John do to Aiden? Or did Aiden get him?
I think they were just
reset?
Training really close, and he just I think he just stopped. Yeah, moving out of the way.
Nice. So just for everybody who finds themselves having trouble with takedowns here, watch John's entire movement through here. His head's on the outside. He doesn't care because he knows he can finish this. But it's a sweep single where his legs, they call it a sweep single because your legs kind of sweep along the mat as you turn around the body, right? He doesn't stay right in front of him. He cuts the angle and then works to finish. He uses his head to take Aiden over and finish that. So just a good example of not just grabbing legs and saying, I got you, now I'm going to take you down. Yeah, John is one of our students here with a solid wrestling background. Oh. Let's see what I did to Austin here. Working from north-south. I had the kind of the inside position here, and I went for a lat juji.
Oh.
I got my left leg over, and then cut the angle back. Or I guess I cut the angle and then got my leg over, and threw the armbar on, and then slapped him in the face. That looked way worse on tape. I didn't slap him that hard. Oh, I have more subs. I also want it known that earlier in class, we were drilling back stuff during. Goddamn. We were drilling back stuff, and Danny was on my back attacking me, and I wrist locked him. So, look at that ankle pick. Aiden, you're just getting picked apart, man. So let's watch John and Aiden here. So, John's heavy on the collar tie.
With the left hand, yeah.
Super quick, more of a knee pick, right? It looks like he didn't get down to the ankle, but look what he's doing with his collar tie. The whole time he's taking the head outside and behind the foot that he's picking away, or the leg.
Jeez.
When John ankle picks you, you stay picked.
I'm getting subbed down here in the corner by Matt.
Oh, really? Was this the guillotine?
Yeah.
It's hard to see.
It is.
I mean, I'm covering it, and like there's not even really anything to.
No, there's nothing to see really. He gets the tap.
Oh yeah, that's right. So we're coming up on the end here. There you go. Austin goes for the buggy choke on me.
Yeah.
Good all around. Okay, so yeah, this is John and I. This is our match. And Luke and Matt. That'll be a banger. Any favorite competitors? Yeah, man. I mean, not to like jump on the obvious hype train, but like watching Gordon do his thing.
Gordon and Gary, right?
Yeah, Gary when he competes is just easily one of the most like entertaining, dynamic grapplers. I really dig his style. And more than any, like Marcelo's great, of course, especially like watching his matches from the past. But the new
Hodger's
crop
really
of
good too.
Who is that?
Hodger.
Yeah. Oh,
Hodger's
yeah, of course.
Really good. Yeah.
Shut up, Austin. I don't even like you as a white belt. I want to go over. I just shoulder crunch sweeped John, and the reason I want to go over this is due to our size difference, right? I don't know how much John weighs, but it's a hell of a lot more than me. So I get the shoulder crunch here, and I'm looking to take him over in that direction. But the problem is, my left leg is on the outside. I've got a good butterfly hook, but I need to get my left foot like on his knee for the push variation of this move. Mm-hmm. And like I find with bigger guys, it's so difficult. Even like John here, his ass isn't on his heels, right? He's leaning forward over me, but it's still difficult for me to like rotate and take bigger guys over. So I opt to fully remove their base by like push kicking their leg out. All of a sudden they've got an extended leg and an extended arm, and it's easier for me to turn and take them over. I think okay, so he ended up bringing his knee inside towards my center line, which made it a little bit easier for me. But I elevate and then win the hip height battle, right? Mm-hmm. So I just want to point that out. Like, if you're against bigger opponents, the shoulder crunch sweep is one of the best things you could start working for all the all the smaller guys. But what else? What other competitors? Oh, I was gonna say with like the new batch of competitors, like all the young guys coming up, like Cole Abate, the Rotolo brothers, like who else? The Tackett brothers, Cody Steele, even the guys at Pedigo, like their style is also like really dynamic. They just put on exciting matches. Micah Galval, Mikey Musumeci, like I feel like we're entering into an era of professional jiu-jitsu that is very, like, so much more technical than like the kind of like bigger brutish style that was popular, back in the 90s. Not that good technique wasn't employed then. We're just seeing like so much innovation at this point. So it's hard to pick a favorite, but like I said, Gordon's always a fun watch. Who is now stepping in for his brother.
Yeah, against Couch.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say it's getting really fun to watch with the new breed of competitors. Like, just in general, the wrestle jitsu, like it's becoming a lot more dynamic. There's less stalling that you're really seeing at the high level competitions.
Yeah,
it's really nice.
Yeah, people really. Oh yeah, I was just gonna point that out. People really want to, competitors really want to go for the subs now. Like, it's not enough to them. They feel like they've lost when they win on points. Mm-hmm. New Jitsu. That's a great name for it.
Nice.
So let's look at Luke's guard pass here on Matt, because Matt has been notoriously difficult to pass. So let's see what Luke's doing. So he's got the far leg well under control, right? Mm-hmm. Gonna make it extremely hard for Matt to pummel that leg over and in to re-guard. Let's go back.
Just slips the foot past. Yeah, slips past the foot. Junkyard jitsu.
Yeah, we got to add, son. We're getting paid.
So Luke's doing his best to get the other, like, both knees pointed in the same direction, right? Like, that's his goal here. He's trying to get to his right, Matt's left. But it's so difficult to get Matt with both knees pointed in that direction. So he's taking his left hand's going to the either to the shin or down or up to the hip. Oh, he hugs the thigh. Yeah. So he's hugging the thigh.
Yeah, he's hugging it and I guess pulling it by to lower the elevation of his right knee right here.
Yep. Yeah, he's switching his hips to get to the left hip down, right leg over.
And he doesn't wait. He doesn't take any time to. Yeah, he immediately hip switches, gets over, and then covers up that space. And then controls the hips, right? So he's making it very difficult for Matt to start sneaking a knee back in.
Yep. Yeah, so at this point he takes advantage of Matt trying to re-guard, which means that his legs are pointing all towards Luke, so then he can high step it over. It was a well-timed mount. That is also something else to talk about. We just went over Mount Week, right? Mm-hmm. And just the difference in the hip switch that Luke did, right? So he knows what Matt's going for here, and he baseball, essentially like a pseudo baseball slide pass on that side. And the reason that works is because Luke's head is over top of Matt's elbow. So notice he does not allow Matt to get a strong underhook. And he does that by switching his hips around and getting his head and his weight over top of Matt's elbow.
Of his top arm there, of Matt's right arm.
Yeah, because he doesn't have the underhook, right?
Right.
So, we always talk about whenever you're passing on to that side, you have to have the opposite side underhook. Well, Luke's allowed to, quote unquote, do that because he has pressure on that shoulder. And, on the elbow. So it doesn't allow Matt to really get a strong underhook on that side.
Right. Yeah, and then he slides right around. I mean, just from the baseball slide alone, keeps his momentum going. right here. Notice how high Luke's hips go relative to Matt's shoulder line.
Right. It's like up towards Matt's right shoulder.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's basically in north-south at this point, or very, very close to it. And early on, again, he's not waiting until later. He snatches up the double wrist control, you know, his Kimura grip. Continues to get up and around. Takes the arm away from the body, and mercilessly rips Matt's arm off. That's junkyard jiu-jitsu. No, that's not what we call it.
So you've got a top lock on.
Barely.
Or I'm sorry. Yeah, you've got a trap triangle basically on John. He just shoulder shrugs right off. So Caleb said that there's an Easter egg. Can you back up a little bit? I want to see what just happened with Austin and Caleb.
Easter egg of mine and Austin's roll. I mean, there's a knee bar.
There's nice knee bar.
Oh, I imagine there's a muffler going on or some sort of mean choking. I don't remember anything happening. Yeah, Caleb, you better put up or shut up, man. Where's the Easter egg?
Call it out, man.
I see a knee bar. I'll give you that. I'll give you credit on a knee bar.
Maybe it hasn't come up yet.
Working a mounted triangle via Kurt coaching. Where are you at? Oh, on Cole. So Cole and Joe up here. Let's go back real quick. Man, you were up in Mount for a while. It's the ass smacking that was so loud it surprised Austin. I fall into that. It's just a tap, man. That's all it is. A little tap with some hot sauce on it. So it looks like, Joe, you're trying your damnedest to cut your angle around Cole's arm there, which is the right thing to do. Smack that dump truck he's got attached to him. Where is it?
I missed it again.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
See, where you gotta get your thumb in there, man. Check that oil. You don't want Caleb's engine seizing up on him. This is I don't know, interesting to me to watch, but like Luke and Matt here, like, you could tell Luke's so ready for this like heavy pass, right? Like the throw by on the leg, and Matt knows it. Like he thinks for a second, like if his foot comes up above Luke's back, Luke has that pass, so he quickly adjusts and get his foot back down to shut it down. It looked like Luke even noticed it too.
It's so annoying and like it's awesome and annoying at the same time when Matt does that, because it's like, geez,
yeah,
his guard is so flexible and good.
So Joe's definitely got his he's got his angle on Cole here. And now, yeah, man, from there, like, that was good, like a good final adjustment of pulling up on the head. Just remember, triangles and arm bars are very close neighbors, right? Yeah. And in the mount, especially here, like, you can always opt to, instead of hooking the head here like you're doing, hook the wrist. Because now Cole has to fight against your entire posterior chain as you posture up. Like, look how much potential you have here to straighten up, right? So keep that in mind. Like, your finish wasn't bad at all. So remember, work 2 things against each other if you can. You're threatening his neck very seriously already. You may as well throw the arm in there, and then you can breathe. You look dead. I get a little too comfortable with John here at the end of this roll. You can see him. Aiden, this will make you happy. So he's working that body lock on me.
Mm-hmm.
Doing my best to, at this point again, due to the size, try to get my feet on the hips, create some distance, try to disrupt the elbow. He's super strong, right? So I sit up, start my hand fight, and watch what he does. Just like skips by me,
Yep.
throws me down right into Kesa, and then hits me with a compression choke. I'm I felt like my heart was gonna explode. Like it was.
Yeah.
It was legitimately painful and like frustrating. Let's get John on the board.
Cole is a stubborn mule. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, Austin and Duncan, Pat and Luke. And me and Yosef. And Caleb and Ronnie. Man, so much going on. And Danny off in the corner there. Monday's class was huge, even like before the open mat. We had so many people there.
So Caleb's doing again. I know we've called it out in the previous streams, right? But watch what he does with when Veronica tries taking him down. Can you go back? Yeah. So I mean, right here is fine. So she's got him in this headlock position, but watch what he does with his left leg. He steps in between her legs and captures her right leg.
Mm-hmm.
And now, as he starts. He can actually start driving into her hip in order to start taking her over.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see his knee position there.
Yep. And it basically gives him the ability to do a knee tap on the left leg.
Yeah. Be grabbed right outside the hip. Or right outside the knee. Barani just decides to skip all that and pull him right on top.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Joe is working a very dangerous back attack.
I really like the head position, Joe. I really like, arm as well, right? Matt's going to be going 2-on-1 and not going to make it easy.
And notice I'm fighting the knuckle line as much as I can. I always tell you guys, don't worry about grabbing up here. Even right where my hand is right now isn't far enough. Like, I want to cover your knuckles. I want to hide your hand essentially. That way I can really get myself safe and then worry about how I want to escape.
Mm-hmm.
Great view of the hand fight here.
Yeah.
We were here for a good minute too. Like, Joe was putting it on me.
Yep. See, and that's what often happens. So I love attacking with 2 strangle hands. But here's what happens with when it kind of goes on a little too far, right? Like if you don't get to that control hand, watch what happens with Matt. Matt finally gets comfortable in the spot, and he's able to get his hips outside of your hips. So he's outside of your legs right now. And now I imagine Matt is starting to feel really comfortable because he's not going to get strangled.
Yeah.
So he starts the roll, and he's getting back out and into the guard, half guard, even better.
How about Duncan and Austin here?
So I'm not saying
just
don't
escape.
go for the doubles, like for the strangles. It's just that if you have 2 strangle arms, you need to be bugging the neck the entire time and
Yeah.
always going for the strangle so that Matt can't jump the legs. Like if he starts getting his legs out or his hips, cocked to one side or whatever, then he's as good as out.
Yeah, remember what you give up. Like the seatbelt is a 50-50 between control and strangle. And if you go to double underhooks, you have an immense amount of control, right? You double your ability to control, but you completely lose your ability to strangle. If you go to double over, where you have, like you're saying, like you have 2 strangle arms, you double, in a sense, you double your ability to attack the neck, but you lose control over the ability to shut down the turn of their shoulders. And once anyone can turn the shoulders and get their head to the floor and start looking towards you, that's the beginning of their escape. So a lot to undo once that happens.
You can catch like me and Cole in the back on the left. I could have sworn I was going to get him with this north-south joke. He wasn't expecting me to go for his head. This might be the second one. Might be the second one.
Yeah, you just see the edge of it on the stream.
Yeah.
Back at you, Joe. Let's start scooting ahead. What happened with Ronnie and... I think Ronnie's left shoulder there, giving her a little bit of trouble. Left shoulder club. I'm with you, girl. So this is... I got to give some credit to Joe here. He definitely has been putting in the work over the last few months to like work on the standing guard break.
Yep.
So he does a good job, pins the biceps, gets up. I'm bugging his leg just to give him some trouble. As soon as he postures, I do exactly what someone would do to counter this, which is not go to the double ankle sweep. Everybody knows my thoughts on that now. Instead, I elbow deep hook on like a scoop grip on the leg to try to hit a headstand sweep. Problem is my left arm isn't going to really help me out much there, so I had to kind of like nix it, and I decided I was going to try to open my legs and go into a leg attack and like invert my left knee, get it inside. And as soon as my legs come uncrossed, Joe reacts exactly how he should. He realizes here he's got it, he's got my ankle. And now I'm doing everything I can to push on him and get my ankle out and free. Because I knew immediately I was in a bad spot there. But that was really, really good use of the standing guard break. Love to see it. Let's see how I pass here. Oh, dude, that takedown from Joe surprised me so much. And like, let's go back even a little further again. So he gets control of both of my legs in this case, right? But all he really needs is this single leg here. That quick hip switch he did to get up was the setup for this, right? He's not going to do anything to me from down here. He's not going to hit a roll through sweep. I could bail out on my grip pretty easily. So he gets his hips up, so like super smooth, super easy. Make sure he has control over my leg, and then like just drives through me and picks me up off the ground and puts me down. Like it was a solid takedown.
Yeah, that looked pretty awesome. Well, who's on bottom and the top? Is that Austin?
Right here.
Austin. Yeah.
Yes, that's Austin. Typical.
Austin that was a perfect setup for a sweep on
Duncan.
Yeah, on Duncan, just with a knee lever. So Austin, your right leg was high, like you say how your knee is about even with Duncan's knee. If you wanted to, you can drag your right leg down to where your knee is about at the ankle. Like you basically want to go until your knee stops at his foot. And then you pinch your knees together, put your feet together, don't cross them, put your feet together, and then you can turn your knees up and over, and it creates a lever to where it torques Duncan's knee basically in this, like if we're looking at it like this, right, it would be counterclockwise. And it puts an immense amount of pressure on his leg. I did that to Cole over on the side there earlier, but you can't see it. But if you have any questions about it, Austin, we can cover it in class tomorrow or on Saturday.
Did I get Joe and something there? I think I armbarred Joe. Maybe? Oh, no, we're just moving. Let's see. Joe does a good job at trying to pass here. I end up getting in half guard.
Luke steps over for the triangle. Gets it. It's Luke and Austin. Is this me and you now? I think it's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and you.
I forgot what we did. Probably leg locked me at some point.
You kept trying to backstep. I do remember that.
So Caleb, you remember we were talking yesterday at the end of class about how much I've been working on just staying comfortable on this inside really tight leg position. That's just been it's just a good way to practice your balance, and it's helped my passing I think pretty much like in the last 6 months minus my injury time. Helped my passing a lot. Oop. Good.
Yeah, so you're securing the far side. Like it's hard to see, but you really like to secure the far side control arm here. And what you're trying to do is the
Power half.
Power half Nelson, right? And so I put a ton of weight over it.
Getting your back position here was a real pain in the ass. You were definitely giving me a lot of trouble with that.
You've got the cross grip on my right arm. And going back to what you were saying before, like when you're grabbing my if you can rewind a little bit when you're going for the strangles.
Yeah, give me a second.
No, again, notice where my hands are relative to your knuckle line. I'm not comfortable with just on the wrist, right? Like I'm going up to the knuckle, and that's what I'm trying to grab when you rip across for the strangle.
Mm-hmm.
So of course you have to start somewhere, but eventually I need to get to that knuckle line. Once I get there, I feel better about it. So now you've got me in a crossbody ride.
I really wanted to try to go for the like a hammer lock here. Yeah. I never really hit them ever.
So notice what I'm doing here. So for the people watching and stuff, I know Matt knows this, but Can you rewind just a little
Yeah.
bit to get? Yeah. Okay. So this is perfect. So when Matt gets me in this crossbody ride, there's a key point that needs to happen. The only way for him to keep me in the crossbody ride is for his right leg in this point, or at this point, not to actually scorpion lock like most people think, but it's actually to keep that right foot planted on the mat. If his right foot can get planted on the mat, then I cannot escape. Like there's very little escape that I can go for here because he's got my hip completely locked down, and he has my right arm in that like Kimura grip type of position here, right? He's got a 2-on-1 on that. So what I'm doing is you'll see my right leg come in and fish in between like in his right hamstring. So basically in between my left calf and his right hamstring. Because if he elevates his hips, he has leg attacks that he can start going into. So I'm hedging my bet here to see if he tries to pull his hips up. I'm not going to get a calf slicer or a heel hook put on me, at least quickly. And so I'm digging in right here, and then you'll see it get splayed open, and I think that's when I can scoot out.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that foot wedge is putting a lot of pressure on my legs. So as soon as my triangle comes apart, you're in a good spot to counter. To escape and then to counter, which is exactly what you did.
You see my hand assist on my own foot. I couldn't shake your leg immediately, so I had to do a hand assist.
Oh, so glad. I definitely made a wincing face here that the stream did not capture. But yeah, totally knee barred me. Cheating Bastard 91, thanks for the follow.
Thank you. So we actually just went over this earlier in our discussion, and that's what we were chatting about was my knee position behind your butt is what
Oh, right.
is really, yeah, it was really lacking on my previous attempts for the past like 3 weeks. I've been dying in with this pass, this type of position here.
Mm-hmm.
But notice what my left knee is doing behind your hamstring.
Staying right up against.
Yep.
So off balance there. Who's Caleb going with?
Kurt,
Kurt, I think, yeah. After you told me that Matt guillotined you earlier,
You went for guillotine.
I smell blood in the water, yeah.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. I don't think I've guillotined you since like blue belt, man.
It's been a minute. Yeah, but hey, anything happens. Anything can happen.
And here it was just get my knee free.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Nothing fancy.
And like you talk about a lot, it's staying composed in the leg lock game is, I would say, like 95% of the battle, right?
Yeah.
The other 5% is what you can do with it, right? Like the attacking piece of it, but a high percentage is just being able to stay calm under fire.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a signal to noise
Yeah.
thing you got to figure out. Trying to just drive my knee through your chest to shut down that wrestling up you're doing. And that's another thing too, like right here, because you do come up, right? You have the leg, but my hand on your like head / neck is it's really not the only thing you need, but like it's a big thing to save that takedown, to stop it from happening, right? Like if I don't have that connection, you're immediately driving in. Now I get to kind of like Heisman stance, like stiff arm you away and rip my leg out. kind of
Yeah, you
limp
see
leg
that a
out.
lot in wrestling. Wrestlers do that all the time.
Hmm.
And I'm just now catching that you're trying to do that pummel to Gordon Ryan, stretching me out with the left leg.
I throw it in when I can. It's it's not always the most effective thing. I mean, it's not well set up at all, right? Like here, I almost do it as a reaction to being off balance, but I was just way on the wrong angle. I saw the cross-ashi entrance, but
I was that was a little bit of panic mode by me. I was like, uh-oh,
Good.
I'm getting knee barred.
Yeah, and I was
Now
thinking
it's my
about
turn.
this afterward. Like one thing I did wrong here, like because you look at this right here and you're like, oh, I'm in on a really solid leg attack, right? Like I should totally be able to do something with this. Never mind your triangle of your legs. The real issue here is you get your hips up, right? Like you start being able to pressure into me. That all starts from my poor head position, right? When you get to this, like you could take your time, especially since I don't already have the heel and I know I've got to dig for it. My head should be over your hip. Like I should be leaning towards you to keep you down. When I'm leaning away, that's giving you the opportunity to come up, pull your own trapped leg back, and get safe and completely shut this down. You get on top, I think you cross face me and sprawl out. But yeah, it dawned on me, of course, after that happened that my head position was just garbage. I think we got 30 seconds left on this roll, which is pretty much where it stays.
Yeah, I think that's what I go for my own guillotine attempt here.
Yeah, this was a lot of hand fighting on my part, like direct hand fighting. Like
Yep.
I was fighting the very grip you were trying to establish, not just like pulling your wrists away. It was like last stage.
I'm trying to rip your head off. You could see it in my face right there.
Cool. Let's see, last roll. You and Luke, or
We got me
We
and
got two
Austin too. Yeah. I think me and Austin close it out.
I hit a nice foot sweep on Caleb here. I know that much.
Let's see it.
I go for a few of them because again, like my back hurts right now. I'm not gonna like shoot in and get under Caleb's weight and try to finish a takedown on the legs.
Hey, that was nice.
Yeah, so it's just one of those cheap, easy takedowns.
It's a Dayashi, right? Dayashi?
Sure,
Is that what that's
yeah,
called?
I think so. So with the collar tie and my head right on the other side of his head, kick that foot by, and then I finish by pulling him down. Like the collar tie isn't just used to push somebody away, but I really rip them down for the finish on those. Joe and Danny should be a good match. Joe's making good use of like half of a shoulder crunch. If he can get a gable grip over that, he'd have one. Danny right in on the heel hook with the quickness. And Luke's sitting there farting on your head. Luke's playing his favorite, one of his favorite dilemmas here.
Oh, I'm fighting this. Look at that. That's one-handed.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so between the leg scissor and the armbar, damn, that was solid, man. So like here, you know, usually, like this is smart, right? A lot of times, like if you wanted to break the legs open, where would you put this hand to break the legs open? You put it right down here at the ankles, right?
Yeah. Normally.
You're keeping it up high, I imagine, to like basically give your neck some room, right? So it takes away it gives you some time on the strangle. When you put your hand down by the ankles, that's where Luke likes to switch to the side triangle where you can scoop your arm up because it's extended.
Right.
That was a really solid little adaptation there. probably keeps your it keeps your other hand, like your hand that's under attack, really close to your biceps. You might even be able to like kind of grab it and stay safe.
Kind of like an arm. It's like an arm bar, right? It's like a defense to an arm bar. That's
Yeah.
kind of how I was treating it.
Did Danny finish that heel hook?
He switched to a straight ankle.
I think he was nice about it. So, okay, they were just talking about how to roll out. Awesome.
Yeah.
Love to see it. I think I got Caleb in a rear naked choke here. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how comfortable Joe is with escaping heel hooks yet. So there's really like that's the kind of stuff we like to see on open mats and in drilling. Like Danny, who knows what he's doing in that position, you know, the two of them slowing it down, and Joe saying, "All right, which way do I go? How do I get out of this? Let's make this more automatic." That's the smart way to train. Danny's doing a great job with guard retention.
I am not.
I'm trying my
I'm
trying my damnedest to stay on my feet against Caleb. Yeah, he, you know, I hit another little foot sweep, but he gets on the leg, he starts scrambling up, and I'm like, nope. Stay away from my legs. Joe working his standing guard break again. Probably even harder to do it on Danny than it is to me. Awesome. Gets the knee almost below his knee. Oh, cartwheels over.
Yeah. But
Oh man,
taking
Danny
over.
Palmer.
Yeah.
That was good. I'm so tired with Caleb here.
Bro. Yeah. Me and Luke are sucking wind.
Yeah, it was nice. It was I think he was just a little overextended over Danny's chest, and that's what ended up getting him rolled.
You see the mats under me. It's like Mitch.
Yeah.
Just sweat. Just follow the sweat, and that's where Mike is.
Let's see. Let's go back even further. We'll look at the actual guard break. So he stands up, and with the standing guard break, you typically want to get to a perfectly straight up posture. You know, you may think my ankles are in trouble. I'm gonna get like tripped, dummy swept, whatever. There are answers to that. But what I'd like to see Joe doing, actually he probably was doing it now that, like he's pressuring at the knee or close to the knee, which puts a lot of torque on the ankles here, right? So once he gets that knee down, typically, I mean, the way I like to finish, there's no singular right way to do it. Once I get the knee below mine, my knee staples to the mat, and I pin his leg down. Joe, interestingly here, gets some space, loads up, blasts off, and he gets all the way past the guard, right? He's already past Danny's knee. Danny's, he's kneeing him in the hip here. But Danny's, he rolls me like this too. It looks like I think he may have gotten his leg in, or at least like just wedged it underneath him. Loads up his top leg here for a pendulum and takes him up and over. Yeah, it looked like right at the end he had a bit of a leg entanglement. Let's see if I can capture it. Right, doesn't it? It looks like right here Danny's legs have one of Joe's legs, Joe's left leg, captured.
Thanks, Deathcore. Have a good one.
Oh, he has to go over this again.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. And then, Danny can settle in. Into mount, almost. 3/4 mount? No, full mount. Let's go ahead. You must be so tired, man.
Me?
Yeah, Luke's
I
just
was so tired.
Luke's stepping over your guard, just like, I'm gonna take mount now.
Yeah.
And I'm like only committing to foot sweeps on Caleb. I was super tired too. I'm so old, man. I've been getting like indigestion after rolling.
It's just from not rolling,
Probably.
like hard for so long now.
I want to look at Caleb's go behind here. So I have an over tie to Caleb's collar tie. I think I briefly thought about like trying to do a 2-on-1, but you'll notice here, like I completely neglect Caleb's foot position, right? He's now stepped behind me, and when he, shirks me over and gets his head out the back, right, I'm in a lot of trouble here. So always be aware of that foot position. And I was, at that point I kind of knew I was screwed. He was behind me, had his hands locked around my waist, and drags me down. Do my damnedest to try to get his foot out, but not gonna happen.
He's been training with Steven. He knows what's up.
Yeah. What's Danny doing down here?
Trying to go for a triangle on Joe.
He's working it looks like he's working the Yoko and the Kimura at the same time, right? So he's straight arm here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, super awesome use of dilemmas, right? 2 attacks at the same time. And then the footlock.
Yeah, with the toe hold there. Yep.
Looks like he got it. Danny finds those footlocks about as much as he finds those darces. Like,
yeah.
Oh, Danny's not on board yet. I'm just gonna assume you've gotten like 4 subs so far. Hey man, it's the end of the night. You're allowed to be in bad shape.
Thank you. Oh, you're talking about. I'm getting my back taken for the 3rd time in the roll.
Really?
I think it's the 2nd, but regardless.
So I pretty much end my match here on my back, fighting off Caleb's attempts to Americana me. In the corner, lit up white belts. Hey man, sometimes you just need a white belt Monday. By sometimes I mean weekly.
Luke is actually mufflering me.
That's been more contagious than COVID, man.
Yeah, right.
Alright, last match of the evening.
I think somebody else may step in too later on. I go for the Uchimata.
Looks like Joe has been summoned.
Yep.
Working the guillotine to pass from half guard, it looks like.
Yeah.
Like really putting it on, but using it as a pass threat.
Yep. And now I'm switching to the Darce. I really wanted that.
Oh, you know what? Let me go back real quick to me and Caleb. I want to see if he does it here, where he's how he's been shutting down my like pendulum. Yeah, right here. So he just scoops my leg, right? Like he scoops my bottom leg, right? When I put my feet together to pendulum toward him, right here, he scoops my leg and just returns me right to the mat. And it was annoyingly simple and super effective. Like he did it like 3 or 4 times. We could probably catch another one in here, but
it's not easy to keep you in side control.
Right.
So that just the fact that he's doing that, that's pretty awesome.
yeah, it was killer.
What did Joe do? You and...
That chat is like...
okay, it's delayed. I got you.
Super delayed.
That's what I... That's why I missed the whole thing with
Deathcore.
With Deathcore. Yeah, like went over to the chat and it got all jacked up. So yes, I'm trying my damnedest to try and shove my left arm through. And Austin's keeping his right elbow very, very tight to his side and high.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really hard for me to sneak that in. So I'm trying to go in between like an arm in guillotine and trying to see if he's gonna relinquish that so I can go for the Darce. I think I eventually wind up switching over to something else. Yeah, I'm like, screw this, I'm gonna try something different.
Great guard retention though.
It is. This also pissed me off too. So like I'm coming in, I've got a good bite on his hip and on his right knee, and so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna walk around, and then I'm like, oh, he snuck his foot in.
Yep.
So I can't.
I could tell just how far you're getting your legs back here. I was like, oh, you think you're past already.
Yeah, and I can't. Like
right there, he posts his left foot on your hip.
Yeah, and you see how he pummels his right foot inside of my shoulder?
Yeah.
Like in my armpit? It's like...
Look at this go behind from Joe. This helicopter go behind. And it stays on the arm.
Hey!
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got that hook too. Now he's going up, trying to get to mount.
Coach Kurt doing his thing.
Yeah. Caleb does a nice job of getting into the hips and coming up into a half guard.
Trying to fight the underhook battle, it looks like.
He is, yeah. And Joe is going for the overhook. Yeah, exactly. It looks like he's trying to hit a Darce. I want to say Joe's trying to shove his hand all the way through. And then Caleb's going to try and come up, I would imagine, here into a single.
Ah, he hits a roll through.
He does. Okay.
So there's a really, really great leg entrance from that.
Mm-hmm.
That we definitely should start practicing a lot more.
I think me and Austin go off camera here, but he locks up a nice high guard. And I just say screw it. I'm going to try and do a standing guard break from that.
Yeah, it looks like he's almost to like a Dead Orchard position.
Yep.
The figure 4 top lock.
Yep.
I mean, all kidding aside, Joe, that's a skill in and of itself, is being coachable. So.
Yeah.
Y'all look tired. Looks like you guys come back out. Cool.
I think I got a Kimura on Austin, and then we reset to the middle. Oh no, this is where the Kimura comes, but I think we go off.
Oh, I see you setting it up now, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Won the underhook, and he started threatening a Darce by collapsing the arm. Yeah, sounds about right. Let's see what happened on that sweep here. So, we've pointed this out with Joe in the past. He's got a great butterfly hook, but he doesn't have that power leg down, right?
Yep.
That would really help him here. And it's in this case, it's because Caleb's got his. I think Joe had it in as like a butterfly hook with the knee on the outside, and Caleb's pinned it to his butt. So he's taken away Joe's ability to really power through on this sweep. And there he may have been able to resurrect that, but And now is the time to let go of that strangle.
Yeah.
But anyway, killer.
Right on. It was a good night.
Yeah, so many rolls. Again, thanks everybody. This I feel like the stream is really like blowing up. We had a lot more viewers today. People lurking. If you guys haven't, give us a follow. Subscribe if you like what you're seeing. It's been what's up, James? You're very welcome.
Thank you.
It's been cool seeing this thing get bigger and bigger. So tell your friends. Deathcore. Tell your buddies, man. Tune in. We'll all we can chat some jiu-jitsu and go over some techniques. That's what this is all about. Other than that, and yeah, man, if you're ever up in Mooresville or nearby or want to make a pilgrimage, come check us out. Yeah, you can check out the school at mooresvillebjj.com. You can support us at coffee.com/mobjj or just subscribe, follow. If nothing else, it really makes a difference for us. And then you can catch all these over on YouTube for the replay. What else? Yes, there's class tomorrow. Yes, there's open mat Friday. Yes, there's class Saturday and Sunday. And then Mike and I will actually be teaching next week. I'll be on Monday and you're doing Thursday, right? Thursday. Something like that.
Yep.
So yeah, if you want to skip, do it, because I'm gonna work you guys into the ground. I haven't taught in forever, so looking forward to it. Anyway, I'll have some more badges up for you guys and emotes to have fun with for all of our subscribers. And yeah, other than that, tune in on Sunday for gi breakdowns, and trim your nails, do your laundry, don't be stinky. And we'll see you guys at class.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. Later, everybody.